Hi Paul, Mike. I'm sending a video of your fastest lap, which happened in qualifying. And you almost matched that in the race, actually, which was quite amazing. And we're going to talk about some driving techniques we worked on. But I want to begin by saying how impressed I was with your intensity, your assertiveness, your confidence, and even your radio communication in the race. It was you really made some advancements, and you acted very professional in the car, which is of no surprise. But the communication was quite good and was noted by nearly every member of the crew. So, good weekend, good job, third place in the points. I enjoyed the fact you invited me out to help. So, in order to help, I'm going to send this video, and you can call, email, or text anytime. So, I'm going to play the video, and we're going to go through it a step at a time. It should only take a few minutes. I know you're busy, and here we go. So, coming into 12, we did a lot of work to try to stay wider. Even though this is your fastest lap, you could have still been a little wider where you see the cursor out there. What that would enable you to do is turn where the compression was and do a little less lifting, if no lift at all, for turn 12. You did work up to less and less lift, so the progression was good, but a little wider on entry would help. As we approach turn 1, you incrementally progress with speed in 1. Still a bit too much brake, and you could have been a little earlier to throttle in anticipation of the compression around the apex. But like I said, you were getting faster nearly every session. As we approach turn 3, you could have braked a little later and a little less. And you did well to start trusting more and more of that apex curve. With less brake, going straight over the curve, you could have found a little bit of speed there. I like how assertively you applied throttle down the hill. And although Simon's talking to you on your fast lap, you did a little lift coming down through the S's. Ultimately, you'd work up to lifting less and less and less. Approaching 5, I like your line, I like your technique, and I like the throttle application. There was a little more exit speed there, but in general, that was solid. Approaching 6, a sharper initial brake would enable you to brake later, and this was a good lap on 6. Believe it or not, in the race, you braked later and turned earlier with more speed. And I'm not sure what encouraged that in the race. Perhaps it was running in traffic, but either way, you continue to progress through turn 6 with regards to speed and braking. Your best laps through 7 were really nice. You turned in this particular lap, the car rotated just a touch, you turned a little more, you got throttle, and you pretty quickly proceeded to full throttle. That wasn't your best lap through 7, but that was a good lap through 7. Your best lap, you had more rotation and an earlier full throttle point. And then coming down to 10, you nearly had Dave House-esque footwork by the end of the weekend. You were really assertive and aggressive on the initial brake, which enabled you to come off the brake with clear speed. In fact, in the race, look at that brake pressure, Paul. Look at that. In the race, I think you were using more of this apex curve. In fact, that's pretty good, but you turned a little late to get there. In the race, you were gobbling up more of that apex curve on average, which helped your rolling speed. Your exit was quite good. I like your curb usage and the assertiveness on throttle. And watch this lap through 12. Yeah, you could be a little wider. If the left side tires were just outside that concrete, that would give you a straighter shot across the apex. And notice there's a little compression there. Again, that would help in turn 12. So Paul, thanks for inviting me to finish out your year. It was a good result. You were running as high as 6th at one point. You had good lap times in the race. You had a phenomenal pass into turn 7. You were good in traffic, and it was the most confidently I've seen you drive for quite a while, and I was really proud to be a part of that. Safe travels, and again, I really appreciate it. Thanks, Paul.